So we have since Instacart is playing games with my account, I actually took a roadie order, so I'm gonna kind of sort of walk you guys through how I do a roadie order. It's funny how one of the viewers asked me to do a roadie order, so I happened to get this roadie order, and I'm gonna show you guys kind of how we go through it. Luckily, the wait isn't too long, or I don't think there's a wait no, there's a small little wait. But we're not supposed to. Let me not say we don't have to wait in line. We're not supposed to wait in line. So we're gonna go forward and kind of walk you guys through this whole process. Not waiting on no line. I have a pickup for Larry Goggin. I'm sorry? Larry Goggin? Yes. Yeah. Do you want the Okay. Thank you, ma'am. No problem. Thank you. Do you need me to sign one? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so we are here at the person's house, and I'm looking for a pen, and we're gonna go drop this thing. Perfect. So dropped it off. And that's relatively how it's done. Nothing too crazy. Again, don't really have to wait in the line, and don't have to do any shopping. And it's extremely simple. 1, 2, 3. Granted, their drive here was like 20 minutes, but you know, you take a $50 order, you take that risk. Not all the time. It's that simple. I do like the fact that sometimes we are able to get multiple orders, and I think that's when it's kind of worth it. Let me turn this. Because I know people don't like that. Oh, I know that people that was my biggest complaint with Roadie was they stopped allowing us. Not that they stopped. Let me not say that. They made it very difficult for us to get multiple orders. So it made it very difficult to go to and from the store to do $12 drop-offs, $12 drop-offs. It was too inefficient. It was a lot of dead miles, as we like to call it, in the gig industry. It was a lot of dead miles. So it was like, for me, it wasn't a point to do it. But because Instacart just kind of screwed me over, you know, it's like that. So nothing too crazy. Simple. It does benefit if you are able to get multiple pickups at the same location, and you can drop off within the same town. That's when I think you can maximize your money the most, is when you're able to do that. Just taking one by one isn't really worth it for me. I know in some of the southern states that they can do that, because that money, it's a different, you know, is a different payment for that. So yeah, let me just show y'all guys this this view. Let me just show you guys this view, because in Long Island, people don't understand how why I like Long Island so much. Let me show you this view. Mind you, this is Long Island. I'm very highly elevated right now. Look at that view. Look at that view. I'm able to see miles. Let me see. Going over. That's just a gorgeous view that I'm able to. I'm at such like an elevated space. I'm able to see things like that. So things like that make it you know, worthwhile staying out here. But let me get into some more content for you guys. Let me update you guys on some Instacart stuff. So as you can see by the title, I got deactivated. It seems like this has been going on for pretty much over a year, which is funny because when I wrote down the deactivation dates, it's literally a year and about, I want to say, sorry, I want to say about a year and a week, which is crazy. So last year when I got deactivated, it was pretty much the same thing. It's the generic deactivation. It's a generic deactivation. It's no proof. They won't accept proof. So it doesn't matter that I have my receipts. It doesn't matter that I speak to I think it was like three or four different agents. It doesn't matter that each agent gives me a different answer. It doesn't matter that I receive emails that they keep telling me about these emails to respond to. I've gotten the emails, I've responded to them. So like none of that matters. It just matters that however they want to deactivate you, they're going to deactivate you. And again, you can't defend yourself because they forcibly closed down shopper support. So last year I got deactivated May 7th. This year I got deactivated April 21st and May 14th, which is again a year and a week after. So I think, as I was speaking to some people, I think that whatever happened last year, they didn't effectively remove from my account. So again, it doesn't, like, anything can happen. Anything can happen. A customer could accuse you of anything, which I think personally is what happened. That they flag your account and you just, you pretty much just lose it. Unfortunately, that happened. It happens. But the fact that I'm being accused of something and I have evidence to prove my innocence, and you throw it out the window, unfortunately, that's just how they operate. So it doesn't matter that I have all my receipts. It doesn't matter that I have GPS location. It doesn't matter that I have a dash cam. It doesn't matter that I have recorded video and audio. It doesn't matter that I have pictures that I've, that we take to send to customers. When we drop off locations, they have our GPS location. They get notifications when we start shopping, when we exchange something, when they add on something, when something is refunded, the chat doesn't matter. None of that matters. And it's like, that's the frustrating thing. None of it matters. Like the receipt, like none of that matters. The receipts don't matter. The the pictures don't matter. If a customer wants to complain about something, they're going to complain about it. So my big thing is, my big thing of the week was gonna talk about how Instacart sent out an update, and it updated the way shoppers on Android, I believe it's on Android, I don't know if it's on iOS, on Android they updated the app, so pretty much they scale down, like pretty much when you go to select an item to scan, it automatically pops up and is automatically ready to scan when you click on whatever item. You don't have to click on a bunch of stuff. And it was great. It was amazing. Granted, the how do you say, the camera viewing was very small, but it worked pretty well. It worked pretty well. So everything was good about that. And I wanted to make a video on Wednesday. It's so funny because on Wednesdays when I got deactivated, and on Wednesdays when they rolled out the update. So I was gonna make a short-term video. Oh, this is what this video was supposed to start off as, until, you know, the deactivation or whatever. So that was the whole thing. So unfortunately they did something good, but they kind of screwed me over. So unfortunately I won't be doing any more Instacart updates after today, because I'm tired of fighting them. I'm tired of defending myself. I'm tired of being accused of stuff. And it doesn't matter how good of a shopper you are. Like in some of the texts in the chat in the chat that I shown, it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter that I am a 5-star rating shopper. It doesn't matter that I have over 62 reviews and probably well over 100 and change positive reviews on my account, comments and flattery and things of that nature. Like none of that matter. I almost cursed. None of that matters. They don't care about none of that. Speaking on that, I'll show you a story that I found on the Facebook group that I'm in, of how this woman was deactivated the same day because they didn't when you supposedly remove I'm sorry, I'm very upset. When they supposedly remove an order from you, it's not supposed to count against you. So this woman went from 0 to 16% after they removed the order, and they said that it won't affect her. Like, she got deactivated 4 hours later. So it's like, what is the point of me telling you or asking you to remove something from my account and you telling me that it's not gonna go against me? And it does. So it's like, not only that, I get deactivated. So all of this is for show. Like all of this chat stuff, all of this emails, all of this is for show because they don't care. They don't care about you. And I've said that many a time. They don't care about you, and everything is just automated. So for you to tell me that it's not, like, this doesn't affect me, I'm not gonna get deactivated, and then 4 hours later I get deactivated, you're telling me what you need to tell me so you can get off the chat. Because when you come at somebody with facts, like when you come at them with facts, you come at them with receipts, and you come at them with, okay, here's a timeline of everything that's going through, they do not like to be criticized. And again, like, I'm not upset with them because like I put in that story where that the Instacart customer service rep was venting to me. They're not trained to deal with us. Like, they're not trained to deal with us. It's a chat. They're in a chat with us, and then they're in a separate group chat with other shopper support or customer support help. and it's just, I don't know, man. It's just the fact that people are getting deactivated now because I feel personally that they hired way too many shoppers, as something that I've put on Twitter. You've hired way too many shoppers, so it's like whatever the customers say is law, and it's just there's no checks and balances. Like there's no, like, we don't get to defend ourselves. So if the customer's like, well, he didn't deliver it to the grocery store, and this is what happened to me, I think 2 weeks ago, if not the follow, like last week, when the customer was like, well, as soon as I dropped it off, it was maybe 7 minutes until after I dropped it off, after I sent the woman, after we had a whole conversation in the chat, I asked her, I was like, hey, are you in Port Jeff or Port Jeff Station? Because that's two different places. And she was like, no, it's the same place. I was like, no, ma'am, it's not the same place, because one is 7 minutes away and one is 18 minutes away. So I need to know which one. I sent her a screenshot of my Waze. I sent it to her. And she said, no, that's the right address. And when I got there and I dropped it off, I assumed it was the right address because, again, she ordered dog food, and it was delivering to a animal shelter, animal hospital. So I was like, oh, okay, makes sense. Whatever. So I drop it off, whatever, I leave, and then 7 minutes later I get a call saying that I dropped the food off at the wrong location. And I'm like, how? Like check the chat. Like, you can check the chat, you can see the everything. You can see what I text her, seeing that I try to confirm everything. And the fact that you go and you lie, about something that's clearly in the chat, it's ridiculous. Not only that, the person who called me hung up on me 3 times. 3 times. And it's like, yo, what's going on? Like what's really going on? So for me, like, it doesn't matter how polite I am. It doesn't matter how nice I am. It doesn't matter how organized I am. Like, none of that matters, dude. Like, and I see why people just throw people groceries on their door and they just dip. You know what I mean? So like I'm not getting paid to be nice with you guys. Like when you guys can go, when you guys can lie, right? Because when somebody gets deactivated, it doesn't hurt Instacart. It doesn't hurt Costco's, BJ's, or Aldi. It hurts the individual. And you get your groceries for free. You get your groceries for free, and we get screwed over. Like, now you effing up my income because you want to get something for free, or you want to lie, or you can't afford the groceries, as Dimple says. Maybe they can't afford the groceries. But again, if you're going to do that, then say that there's something wrong with the quality. Just like when you do DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, say something is wrong with the quality of the food if you want your money back. Don't say that I didn't get my food because you screw over the driver. Like, that goes against us. And it's like they have so much power over us. It's like we're walking on eggshells. And that's just something that I don't like. And that's why I don't like having a regular job, because I never want to feel like I'm in jeopardy of losing something for unforeseen reasons. So my last thing that I'll talk about is the tip baiting. I did get tip baited on Wednesday, which is crazy, because I think maybe that has something to do with the reason why I got deactivated. When somebody zeroes out the gratuity, excuse me, somebody, Dimples always correct me on that. When somebody zeroes out the gratuity, like, it's so disrespectful, because it's like we had a conversation. Like, we had a conversation, and granted, I didn't save the conversation, but we had a conversation. So the fact that you zeroed it out because of whatever reason, whatever the reason that you wanna claim, is the reason why you took it. It's disrespectful, and I think they need to implement something, because again, with the 50%, in certain states, like, they can only take away up to 50% of the tip, of the gratuity. So it's not in every state, and I know it's not out here on Long Island. So it's like, you go out there and you it's like you're lying to us. It's like you're actively stealing from us. That's what I feel like. You're stealing from us. And if that's the case, and Instacart knows that, especially if we lose gratuity on, like, if the store's out of, you know, whatever the store's out of, if they're out of toilet paper, if they're out of paper towels, if they're out of cleaning products, why are we penalized for that? You penalize shoppers for the store not being stocked. Like, that for me, that just is mind-boggling. You penalize us for that, and that's one of the reasons why I don't take small orders, because that $40 order drops into a $30 order. That $30 order drops into a $20 order, and it's like, I lose out on hundreds of dollars a week, at least $100 to $200 a week, just from the store being out of stuff. So I think what they should implement, even though I'm probably not going to be, you know, I probably can't get reinstated or whatever. I think going forward, they need to implement something where Instacart makes up the difference. So if it's a $50 order, I know that what I'm working for is $50. So if it's a $55 order, I know that it won't drop below just $55. So if Instacart is paying 25 and the customer is paying 30 in gratuity, like, if something is not out, if something is not there and something's out of the store, and then it drops by $5 to $10, Instacart needs to then dish out an extra $5 to $10 to make up that price, because it's not fair that we're shopping under false pretense. So it's like you're actively lying to us. It's like, oh, you can make up to this amount of money. And I think they need to have, another checks and balances, because right now you're giving all the power to the customer. And even when you implement things such as taking pictures of the receipt, such as taking pictures of the drop off, such as the location, such as the notifications, like, none of that matters if at any point you can come in and be like, I didn't get my groceries, and you get deactivated. I mean, you deactivate a shopper, like, no matter how good the customer service is. So I think it's just something that they need to change. It's just something that they definitely need to change, because it's like you're stealing. You're actively stealing from us. The last thing I'll say on the topic is that for solid tips, solid gratuity, what that means is that if somebody tips $10, no matter if you get all items or you don't get all items, the gratuity stays the same. With the solid gratuity, they need to implement where you can't add on anything, because what people are doing is that they're letting you shop, and then with the gratuity, because they know it's not going to change, they're adding on 5, 6, 7 things. So what they'll do is, oh, I forgot to add meat. You know, whatever the expensive price item is, oh, I forgot to add on meat. So I think what they're doing is they're adding stuff on at the end, and what happens is they're probably not getting that initial charge from Instacart because, you know, Instacart charges them whatever per pound for meat. You know, they upcharge them, and they're not either they're not paying that, or they know that their tip is not, the gratuities won't be adjusted. So it's like, normally with a percentage gratuity, if you add on stuff, the gratuity is gonna increase, you know, because they're spending more money. So therefore your percentage increase, the amount that's being spent. So when they do the solid one, it doesn't increase. So they can add on $100 extra of whatever, and you're not getting paid out for that. So that's why some people are like, no. And it sucks, because we got to a point where we're just accepting. We're not able to break down information or see what the gratuity is between the pay from Instacart. We're not able to see the items. We're not able to see the distance, because we're just clicking and swiping, because we can't make an informed decision, because the batches don't last on screen. So I think they definitely need to do something with that, because it makes no sense that granted, before I even say that, sometimes you do forget to add something, but the fact that you don't have to agree to get their stuff. But then again, we're put in a bind, because if we don't agree to it, that may be the reason why they zero out the gratuity. You know what I mean? So it's like we're in a real bad situation, a real bad situation, because it's just they just have so much power over us, man. They have so much. It's like having an employer. Or having a manager or boss. They have so much power over us, and at any point, like, they can choose whether we be deactivated or not. So Definitely, they need to change something for the solid tip to say that you can't add on anything once your order is placed, because we're not paid out for that. And as I told you guys before, we are not paid to shop. We are paid to drop off. So yeah, that was probably my final. This is probably my final Instacart video, unless they miraculously let me back on the platform. But again, I'm just tired of fighting, man. It's exhausting. It's exhausting reading all the negative press. It's exhausting fighting for people to do the right thing. Like, we asked you to do the bare minimum, which is like just communicate with us. And you not that you can't, you refuse to communicate with us. But you can go ahead and make business deals with other companies. And granted, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that it's like a slap in the face, dude. Like, it's a slap in the face where we're telling you, like, yo, we need help, we need clarity, we need explanations to what's going on, and then you're going dark. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, again, I'm just tired of fighting. I'm tired of being a target. I'm tired of asking people to do the right thing. I'm tired of being nice when I don't have to be nice. I'm tired of giving good customer service when I don't have to, when people are being, you know, speaking reckless. I'll just say that. It's like, I'm tired of being nice, and the fact that I get penalized and I can't even defend myself. It's like, you know, what's the point, dude? Like, what's the point? What's the point? I don't know. It's exhausting. But again, I'll try to post up some other content such as Roadie, maybe DoorDash, Grubhub. I don't do Uber Eats because Uber Eats does not pay well in Long Island. I know it pays well in the city. Same thing with Grubhub. And no, excuse me, not Grubhub. DoorDash. DoorDash pays well in the city. So maybe one day I'll go out there and I'll do it, and I'll you know, give an update or something like that. But it does not pay well out here. I'm not driving around for $6 an order. That's just not profitable for me, and especially with the vehicle that I have, it's just not, like, that's just not gonna happen. But yeah, so again, if you guys haven't already, do me a favor, give me a like, share, subscribe. It'd be much appreciated. Helps the algorithm out, push this out to people who's searching things such as Instacart and Instacart type content. Yeah, until next time, have a good one.